Hey there, and welcome to the Unleash Your Greatness Within podcast. In today's message, I want to share with you the 10 things bad leaders do every day without realizing it.
You already know.
My passion and my mission to help you unleash your greatness within. My heart goes out to the underdogs that's on their way. If you think you can go from good to great, okay, let's motivate. GreatnessWithin.com. TJ Hoisington. GreatnessWithin.com. Oh, if you dreaming it, believe in it, work hard for it, and in the process serve others in a positive way. Think you can do it.
You see, millions of people want to quit their jobs every year, not because they're not willing to work or that they don't like the work, but rather the culture, the team culture that they're working under is toxic, or the leadership is tone deaf. Maybe you've experienced this. Well, I want to share with you in this video the top 10 ineffective leadership habits that a lot of leaders and managers and supervisors engage in that literally destroy culture and limit performance. These are my top 10 that I've discovered over the years. And the first one is fear motivation. When a leader relies on fear to motivate team members, it reflects the lowest bar of effectiveness. Fear may seem efficient at times, but it's really a trap. It's temporary. That's one of the problems. It can't be sustained. You can't sustain performance, high levels of performance, just simply based on fear. Fear-based leadership creates a reactive culture, a culture that promotes risk avoidance, reduces innovation and initiative. Number 2 is inflated ego. Working with an egomaniac is exhausting. When a leader's ego needs constant feeding, or when decisions revolve around image or pride, ideas are stifled, credit is hoarded, and focus shifts from team success to self-preservation. Marcus Buckingham says it this way: the difference between a leader with a powerful ego and an egomaniac is how the ego is channeled. The effective leader takes his self-belief, his self-assurance, his self-confidence, and presses it into a service of an enterprise bigger than himself. For the egomaniac, the self is the enterprise. Don't fall in that trap. Number 3, belittling, backstabbing, and gossip. Few things destroy culture more than a leader's participating in malicious interpersonal behavior or speech. Whether it's overuse of sarcasm, undermining someone's best effort, public gaming, or betrayal, whether it's public or privately betrayal, tends to erode dignity, respect, and team cohesiveness. Author Stephen Covey, that wrote the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, once said this: always be loyal to the absent if you want to retain the loyalty of those who are present. Number 4 is busy work. Meaningless work demoralizes. It's not about being busy, it's about being useful. Leadership John Maxwell says work with no perceived value demoralizes and demotivates people. Number 5, isolation, being invisible. A leader's presence or absence sets the tone. When leaders isolate themselves and become symbols of indifference, when people feel invisible, when leaders make themselves invisible, employee disengagement disappears. So see your employees and make sure you see them be visible. Number 6, withholding information. Hoarding information kills cultures. Unnecessary secrecy erodes trust and undermines both the individual and team cohesion.
I'll share what you need to know later.
When people are kept in the dark, they tend to fill the gap with fear and assumptions. In return, silos form, communication breaks down, and innovation stalls. General Stanley McChrystal, at the start of Desert Storm in 2001, he discovered that there was a lot of information that wasn't freely being shared among the intelligence agencies and so forth, and realized we needed to break down so many barriers around communication. And here was his standing rule. It was, quote, share information until you're afraid it's illegal. All right. So there are some things that need to be kept secret, but far too often keeping information secret from the team is really often a power play. Instead, great leaders are constantly sharing as much information and keeping everybody on the same page as possible. All right, number 7, breaking promises or commitments. Every time you break a promise, no matter how big or small, you chip away at trust. If you promise to follow up, do it. If you say you'll back someone up, mean it. Follow through matters. Your consistency is a major source of credibility. And if you can't make the commitment, don't make the commitment in the first place. Okay? Number 8, hypocrisy. Do as I say, but not as I do. I'm sure you have seen this. One habit that can instantly create distrust among teammates is hypocrisy.
Always be on time and stay fully focused.
Leaders who operate with double standards create cultures of low trust, while consistency builds trust and respect. You want more respect? Then be respectful. You want trust? Then be trustworthy, right? You want people to be punctual? You must be punctual. All right, number 9. Demanding authority. This is the God complex is what I call it. A leader who has the need to constantly remind people that they are the boss loses influence and authority. Real authority is earned through trust and influence, not intimidation. You don't have to demand authority. You just need to demonstrate it, right? That's what you do. You grow your skill, you grow your confidence, and you lead with as much information as possible, transparency, and it will begin to change the culture dramatically. All right, number 10 is low or unclear expectations. One of the top complaints related to organizational performance is ambiguity. When things are unclear, people flounder and get frustrated. Be clear and define success. All right, in conclusion, some final thoughts here. When a leader breaks free from these limitations, these limiting habits, it will begin to build a culture of cohesiveness and synergy. When this happens, the team will begin to thrive, performance will skyrocket, relationships will strengthen, and bliss will be more common in the workplace. I wish you the very best. If you have a leader, maybe remind them of a couple of these things. If you're not and you're an aspiring future leader, hey, manage these 10 things. Don't let them get in the way of limiting your influence and effectiveness as a leader. All right, go to work, improve in these 10 areas, and watch what happens to your influence. All right, I wish you the best. Now go out there and unleash your greatness within.